All right, guys. So I wanted to just talk with you. I recently did a video. Let me bring that video up right now. I recently did a video which got a lot of backlash from my audience. Title of this video, Fresh and Fit. Hold on, let me move this up. Fresh and Fit confront Andrew Schulz after embarrassing comments. Now, this particular video has almost 100,000 views. The general sentiment down into the comments is one of which that I am surprised about. Over 2,000, well, about to be almost over 2,000 comments. And I would say, let's just say a lot of those comments, most of those comments are something in a degree or fashion of MTR, Thank, what are you talking about? This, that, and the third, right? So what was the premise of the video? The premise of the video was Fresh and Fit got into a battle or war with Andrew Schulz. They have some past history. Myron Gaines went on his Twitter and essentially talked shit about Andrew Schulz as well as the whole Flagrant staff. Andrew Schulz responded back. Myron responded back. It was a back and forth. Now, the purpose of this video was to essentially inform everybody kind of what was going on in the back and forth, and to also highlight the hypocrisy of comedians laughing at the deplatform. They didn't get deplatform. The demonetization, which really on YouTube is like the same thing as deplatforming. Not really, but YouTube will not recommend your content to new audience, and it also limits the notification to your existing audience at the point that they remove monetization. A lot of people outside of the YouTube content creators don't realize that, but that is the truth. Nevertheless, I was casting doubt on the hypocrisy of Andrew Schulz and Flagrant You, being that they are comedians who are concerned about being canceled, as Dave Chappelle was threatened to be canceled when he came out with that Netflix special talking specifically about the trans community. But the hypocrisy in that laughing at other content creators that got demonetized. In an attempt to be unbiased with the way I told the story between them, I attempted to remove all knowledge of interactions that both Flagrant as well as Fresh and Fit had as content creators outside of their own battle, outside of their own beef. And I think that by doing that, the audience is now confused as to my stance on Fresh and Fit, as well as my understanding as to the reasons that led to their demonetization. So since it was not clear in my video from yesterday, let me state it. Fresh and Fit made irrational decision after emotional decision after illogical decision that led to their content being demonetized on YouTube. Full stop. False copyright strikes to levy on creators to punish them for talking ill of you is dumb shit.
See, the trauma that Fresh and Fit is feeling right now, they tried to make other content creators feel that same trauma, that same pain just last year. How did they do that, you ask? Well, Fresh and Fit hired a $2 attorney and a 7-cent paralegal to spam out copyright strikes across all of the platform targeting certain content creators. Fresh and Fit wanted these content creators to lose their monetization. They wanted these content creators to lose their entire channel. They wanted me, the lead, to lose my channel. They wanted me to feel that pain that they're crying about today. They hired that $2 attorney, and that $2 attorney put 10 copyright strikes against me.
Platforming content creators that have already been canceled on YouTube, on your YouTube platform, is dumb shit.
2 hours. I'm not touching. No. Come on, Nick. What you got? All right.
Diving into a Clayton Bigsby joke in an attempt to shit on your opposition in a room full of the same canceled YouTube content creators, albeit whether it's you did it on YouTube or off of YouTube, screaming ape shit in your KKK hoodie is dumb shit.
Salute, so I decided to come back.
Let's go. Poor Sneeko. Pearl rolls out. Oh, come on.
No!
We're down.
No,
Let's go.
No.
Let's go. We're down for whatever.
And for anyone to not understand or to think that those behaviors should be tolerated on the YouTube platform is utterly ridiculous. YouTube doesn't have to platform anybody. So their decision to relinquish their monetization in an attempt to show that they do not support that type of content is YouTube's prerogative. Now, Fresh and Fit as a platform is honestly doing tremendously well. And kudos to them for suffering an L like that and showing men how to bounce back to be better, hopefully better one day than what you were before. Your bounce back game is incredible, guys, but your initial business decision to do all of this dumb shit and still threatening fights with other content creators to box or other folks in the real world who come up to you to threaten your masculinity, and you have this emotional, irrationally baked response, especially when the person is smaller than you or you think that you can beat them up. It's just simply dumb shit.
You coming back? You come back? Come back. Come back. I'll you up right now. What's good? What's good? Chill, bro. Chill. Come through.
By you saying or starting this trend of wanting to fight or to box other content creators, you are now on a slippery slope, because not only are you giving a bad example to the men that follow your platform of how to deal with situations, but then also, when does it end? When does it stop? Everybody and their mama who is trying to come up on clout is now going to be challenging you, Myron, to a fight. Shit, even Andrew Tate, who's a trained fighter, world-class fighter, you have not seen him going around threatening to box people that do not agree with his content. The only one that I've seen him threaten to box is Logan Paul, but he's obviously doing that for clout reasons. But you will never see him on the street allowing the mouth of a little man to get under his skin. So I absolutely understand the sentiments within the comment section that say, well, MTR, how do you fault Flagrant for being comedians and making a joke? And we see the behavior from Myron that we see time and time again when his back is up against the wall, or he feels slighted, or he feels challenged, and he emotionally erupts and talks about beating people up.
I want your opponents to fear you. Have the fear of God. If I ever run into this motherfucker, he's gonna beat the shit out of me. That's what I want, because you have the fierce tenacity that no one.
And within this separation, in an attempt to try to be objective as possible, I think I missed a key component of the argument, a key component of their influence on the young men that follow them, that I think did a disservice to the audience that follows me, because it didn't give you guys an authentic understanding of where it is that I stood on the situation with the context within it. I preach to you guys ad nauseum. Let me make this bigger. I preach to you guys ad nauseum of the importance of holding frame, of being immensely stoic. These are the capabilities of leaders, because leaders have to be some of the most emotionally strong people out there. Why? Because when our backs are up against the wall, we have to show a degree or a caliber of masculinity or manhood that should be copied. If you have a legion of men that are following you, as what the Fresh and Fit podcasts have, and you're showing to them, this is how I deal with conflict, I challenge people to fight, it's not gonna go over well. Bro, and this is me talking from content creator to content creator, ignore the bullshit. Silence is a way to fight words as well. Flat out, if you want to be a leader of men, you have to action the things that you coach to them. If you coach to them, being a strong leader is all of these masculine attributes, right? Regarding making rational decisions, responding to things as opposed to just reacting to things, acting in a professional manner, unless your back is up against the wall and you need to defend yourself, holding frame, holding being a stoic man. A lot of these things that we see Myron's response to things is not in line with all of that. And it's a damn shame, because whether you love him or you hate him, and I think outside of the, and I've never met him, outside of the internet perception, I think Myron is a hardworking guy that does want men to win, which is a lot different than what I see from like a Jess Pearly Things, who is an obvious goddamn grifter. But again, it sucks because Myron is so damn influential and his voice is so powerful, and he's created an immense community of young men that are looking at his leadership style, the way that he deals with conflict as a way to conduct themselves within their own lives. And I fear, like, for example, let's say a young man came up to me and wanted some coaching or a consultation regarding a conflict that he's having at his place of business. Let's say that it's a coworker that is making jokes on his behalf, is talking behind his back, right, is not doing the work up to their standards. I would never instruct that young man to then box or ask to fight this other person. I think that by proxy, by his actions, men are getting cues of how to conduct themselves in reality by the way that he chooses to handle some of these situations. And it sucks to see, because these actions of challenging people to fight, whether it be influencers or random people on the street, completely undermines his brand, completely undermines his platform. And for what? The amount of work that it took the Fresh and Fit boys to get to where they were was immense. These guys are absolute workhorses, and they should be respected based off of their work. However, it is hypocrisy to lead men when you respond to situations emotionally, at the same time condemning men who don't think logically. It doesn't make sense, and leaving out that context of yesterday's video is why I think so many people perceive my message incorrectly, or I think me taking more accountability is that I communicated the message unclearly. You know what's actually funny regarding this entire conversation is that I was speaking to one of my homegirls last night, and I was telling her about the situation. Yo, I uploaded a video, my audience is saying LMTR all down into the comments section. And I was trying to understand why. And she said, and she asked flat out, well, do you support Fresh and Fit? And I began to answer this question, and I started to think about, you know, like the history of the manosphere, how they came in, their stuff with Kevin Samuels, you know, the things that I agree with them and the things that I don't agree with them. And she actually stopped me as I was speaking. And she said to me, you never even answered the question. And I sat and I thought about that. First of all, I got medium swole because I think any woman that can lie in a degree of logic and it's a fantastic lady. But nevertheless, I sat and I thought about that. And I thought that my inability to answer that yes or no, or as swiftly as I think that I can, is part of the reason why my video yesterday was so unclear to so many people that watch me as well as my platform. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna be checking through the comment section of this video as well so we can have a conversation. But let me know, did I clearly communicate, or are you still confused? Drop me a comment. Until next time, YouTube, peace.